Fujian Tzu Chi volunteers continue to assess flood damages in Shunchang County, caring for the affected residents. Let's look at how DaAi dramas are translated into Indonesian to meet the audience needs. Welcome to DaAi Headlines. I'm Siri Su. Thank you for joining us. In China, Fujian Tzu Chi volunteers continue to assess flood damages in Shunchang County. Most of the houses in Yangdun township have been destroyed or severely damaged. Let's follow Tzu Chi volunteers to check on the conditions of the affected residents. Tzu Chi volunteers continue their second day of flood assessment in Shunchang County.
When the floodwater came, the village leaders evacuated us. It would have been too dangerous if we did not leave.
80% of the houses alongside the stream in Yangdun township have been destroyed or damaged. The local leader could hardly believe the floodwater could be so fierce.
I've been working as the township secretary for many years. However, I've never seen such a high level of water. Back in 1998, the floodwater was as high as 1 meter. I did not imagine that floodwater this time could be even higher. It is devastating.
The volunteers care for children at the temporary shelter. This little girl who has been helping the seniors is in fact an affected resident.
没关系哈，没关系，都会有的哈。我们不哭哈，我们做爸爸和妈妈的好助手，把弟弟妹妹呀都带好哈。
The amount of floodwater caused by the heavy rainfall have deluged many ram earth houses. Seeing the 79-year-old Grandma Chang cleaning the house by herself, the volunteer and township secretary immediately helped her.
Sometimes we can help out a bit and inspire other people. For instance, when I assessed damages on the street, many people told me I do not need the help with cleanup as I have to coordinate disaster relief work. I told them that I need to set an example.
Although the senior does not live here, she is emotionally attached to this old house. The volunteer and township secretary's help has relieved her worries.
I will ask people to organize everything and save them for you. We don't have to live here. We will keep your belongings here. Is that all right?
Before saying goodbye, the volunteers gave Grandma Zhang a peace charm, which she hangs on her chest. The volunteers' words of encouragement have brought a smile onto the face of Grandma Chang. Tzu Chi Foundation's first Category B daycare center for seniors has been set up at Tzu Chi Miaoli Grounds. Dharma Master Cheng Yen and the Miaoli County magistrate have jointly unveiled a plaque for the center. The center is comfortable and well organized so that the seniors' families can feel at ease sending the elderly people here. Dharma Master Cheng Yen and the Miaoli County magistrate Xu Yaochang jointly unveils the plaque of Tzu Chi's first daycare center. It means that the seniors in Miaoli can be better served. The seniors perform a lively Tzu Chi song, showing their vitality. 83-year-old Mrs. Yang's daughter is a Tzu Chi volunteer and resident caretaker here.
In the past, they might have felt lonely sitting at home. After coming here, they can make many friends.
They take good care of us seniors. I feel very happy here.
The daycare center is a comfortable place where resident caretakers and volunteers provide services.
53 years ago, the master already knew the need to combine charity with medicine. Our current long-term care system is a combination of charity and medical profession.
当地菩萨陪伴当地的长者，期待啦，我们身心灵呐，都让他们呢很安稳自在。
Dharma Master Cheng Yen also had a talk with volunteers at Tzu Chi Miaoli Grounds. Among them, Huang Xuanhui, who is a Harmony team leader, became the leader of the joint effort team. The team has grown from 300 people to more than 500 members.
The tasks are certainly different. As the joint effort team leader, I must care for each member, in the hopes of strengthening the team.
At the new Tzu Chi Miaoli Grounds, the outdoor area has been divided into different sections. The volunteers work together to lay the interlocking bricks here, hoping to welcome all the visitors to the new grounds. The percentage of those who suffer from retinal detachment in Taiwan is the highest in the world. This disorder correlates to the number of people who are nearsighted. The best way to prevent retinal detachment is to avoid nearsightedness. Here's more.
Looking at these rows of students, nearly all wearing glasses, nearly half of those students who are 4th grade and above are nearsighted. According to statistics by the Ministry of Education, 70% of Taiwan's elementary students suffer from myopia. As for junior high students, that number increases to 80%, and then further increase to 85% for high schoolers. Among those sufferers, the ratio of those who have hypermyopia also increases as they age.
高度近视的话，眼球其实它就相对来说变得比较长。
Those who have hypermyopia, the eyeball is elongated and the retina is thinner, especially near the edges. And when it breaks, fluid in the eye leak behind the retina and will cause further to separate. This is called retinal detachment.
Taiwan has the highest percentage of those who suffer from retinal detachment in the world, as those who have hypermyopia have an increased risk of 40%.
When we stare at something in close range, our eyeballs do not get a chance to relax. It is in a constant strain. This will make the lens of the eye rounder, leading to a convex result.
To protect the eyes, we'll move it a little to make sure of the eye position.
Traditional Chinese medicine acupuncture of the eye can help stimulate the points in the eye and help relax the eye muscles and increase circulation.
There's a tiny space between the eyeball and the skull, so that's where the needle goes into that space. We're definitely not sticking the needle into the eyeball. It's a space between the eye socket and the eyeball.
Many use it to improve nearsightedness. I've seen many kids who come for this treatment to help their vision.
The region around the eye is sensitive, and although there won't be any pain, the needle presence is very evident. Those who are easily agitated or taking medicine for blood thinners should not partake in this treatment.
Because this procedure has a high potential for bleeding, so those who are prone to bleeding should not use this acupuncture treatment.
One should rest 10 minutes after reading for half an hour, avoid long hours of staring at the mobile phone, and finally, getting plenty of outdoor exercise. For these are the ways to protect one's eyesight.
In Malaysia, there's a Burmese Rohingya refugee who did cleaning work to support his family of 7. Unfortunately, he was injured by stones and lost strength in his legs. As a result, he could not work anymore. Meanwhile, his wife has to take care of him and 5 children. Fortunately, Tzu Chi has joined hands with UNHCR to provide help to this family.
I'm a Rohingya from Myanmar. I arrived in Malaysia in 2014.
They are Rohingya refugees. They are a family of 5 children and the parents. After fleeing to Malaysia, the father cleaned drainage systems for a living. His spine was injured by a falling rock in an accident, resulting in weak legs. After the accident, he was unable to work. His wife has to take care of her husband and raise 5 children. She became the breadwinner of the family, facing the great difficulties.
She would bring her children to the wholesale market and search through the garbage bin for vegetable scraps and sell them downstairs. I'm unable to stand for long. I can only go to the toilet myself and sleep. I'm unfit to work.
He's trapped in a cycle of illness and poverty. He has to rely on long-term medication and possibly some follow-up medical treatments. However, the medical fees are high. It's an overwhelming burden to his family. We sought help from the UNHCR, so the UNHCR referred his case to Tzu Chi. With the assistance through UNHCR's policy on cash-based interventions, Tzu Chi helps to apply for financial assistance. After receiving a 3-month welfare subsidy, he can temporarily meet some daily needs. We have witnessed the father's helplessness. Being a father, because the child didn't go to school, the wife couldn't find a way to earn a living. Actually, he could have led a better life. But because of such a vicious circle, he has been living this very difficult life. Everyone has the right to pursue a stable life. As a society, if we're more tolerant and less prejudiced in understanding them, and accepting them and helping them, we'll be able to set aside negative perceptions of the community and view them instead as contributing members of society and enable them to live a stable life. That would be a pretty good outcome.
Tzu Chi Malaysia chapter signed a purchasing and development memorandum with the Penang Development Corporation to buy a piece of land. They plan to build a Tzu Chi Community Education Center there. Here's more.
Tzu Chi Malaysia has been working for 25 years in Malaysia. Recently, the Tzu Chi Malaysia chapter signed a memorandum with the Penang Development Corporation about purchasing a piece of 30 acreage land in Batu Kawan to build a Tzu Chi Community Education Center.
The land in Batu Kawan, which we will be used as Tzu Chi Community Campus for our mission, collectively known as 8 footprints. That is charity, medical, education, humanity, bone marrow donation, environment protection, community volunteerism, and international relief.
It took 2 years to reach an agreement with the Penang Development Corporation. After the Malaysia chapter received permission from Master Cheng Yen and also agreement from the volunteers, Chow Kwan Yao, Chief Minister of Penang, in the signing ceremony, said that Tzu Chi's ideology on humanity and love for the earth matches the government's view for 2030.
Tzu Chi is an international volunteer-based humanitarian organization from Taiwan, which is non-profit but active volunteerism takes the lead in rendering long-term relief distribution, home visitation program, emergency disaster relief. Another tagline is first to the scene, faster than the government agency. We are pleased to welcome Tzu Chi Malaysia to be part of the family in Batu Kawan.
Tzu Chi has been spreading seeds in Malaysia for a quarter of a century. The development in Batu Kawan will benefit more Malaysian people.
Taiwan's DaAi drama is very well received in Indonesia, and its success is not only because of the actor's performance, but also the translation of the dialogues. As the drama is spoken in both Mandarin and Taiwanese, it needs to be translated into Indonesian to meet the audience needs. Let's take a look at how the translating process is done.
DaAi TV Indonesia began playing Taiwan's DaAi dramas in 2007. And since its inception, these dramas have crossed ethnicities, ages, and even language barriers to turn into the most popular scheduled programming on DaAi TV Indonesia. Yet when it's played in Indonesia in its original language, do the audience members understand? How do the staff at DaAi Indonesia present Taiwan's DaAi drama for the Indonesian fan base?
Some of our audience members can't read or understand Chinese and Taiwanese, so we need Indonesian subtitles. For DaAi dramas, we chose to do voiceovers as our main concern is the older audience members might not be able to read fast enough to keep up with the subtitles. Yet no matter if we do subtitles or voiceovers, we'll make sure the translations are understandable.
Even the seemingly simplest translations like names of the characters in the drama title, which will create a lasting first impression, needs to be carefully planned. After the staff receive the images, they must first discuss what is a good Indonesian title. After the title is set, then the actual dialogue translation can begin. The translations need to go through many revisions before it is added to the footage. From beginning to end, a 40-episode drama can take up to 4 months' time to complete. Shirley Silviana, who joined the team just 2 years previous, feels though translating is thought of as tedious work, it is also a challenge to her, which inspires her passion for work and self-improvement.
I think the biggest challenge is in learning the editorial process, like how to actually do the subtitles. In translating, we have to pay attention to what we interpret, as we need to use the right words while being short and concise.
How do they deal with technical issues involving the files received from the drama?
First, we'll ask DaAi TV Taiwan to send us a new file, and if it's still the same problem, then we'll fix it ourselves. In being the hub between two languages is what I most enjoy about my work. In Indonesia, DaAi TV dramas not only need to have Indonesian subtitles, but it's also dubbed in Indonesian as well. This way, the young and old do not have to worry about reading the subtitles in order to enjoy the drama. Let's take a look at some of the behind-the-scenes voiceover actors.
The success of a drama lies not only in it being a moving story, but also the characters' rise and fall within the story.
Di rumah, hal yang saya lakukan hanya makan dan tidur. Itu lebih lelah.
Besides having subtitles, there is also dubbing. Both presentations evoke different usages and effects. Voiceovers is an art in itself. It's where voiceover actors use their own voice to create life to translated lines. With the advancement of technology, audio recording systems, techniques, and equipment has gained considerable room for development.
Tugas seorang dubber adalah menghidupkan peran itu. Nah, di Yinseng ini,
the job of a voice-over actor is to bring to life the character. In He's My Brother, the character Wang Yingsheng, although he's disabled, his spirit is very strong. So I used my real voice to represent him.
Aku tidak mau seperti itu, Bu.
Jika tidak ada hal lain, saya pulang ya.
The task of a voice-over actor is to understand the character's distinction and feelings. This way, they can best match the type of voice and intonation to say their lines.
Kadang-kadang panjang pendek kalimat sama.
The difficulty lies in the sentence's length. It's two different languages and two different grammar. The script is fixed and we don't have the freedom to change the words, and we need to keep the meaning the same. So sometimes this is something that is hard to do.
Kalimat nggak berubah, arti nggak berubah gitu. Sebisa mungkin itu agak memutar otak gitu. Kita belajar bagaimana mensyukuri apa yang kita dapat, terus kita.
After watching DaAi drama, we have learned about being grateful and gratitude, like how Tzu Chi volunteers help others with a true heart. It's not something that everyone can do, but there is so much that we can do. Even the old, sick, or the disabled can do their share for society. Though I am of a different religion, but I have learned how to be a better person from the storyline. The final impression I have is, of course, great love.
Tudi and Wei are two voiceover actors with 20-some years of experience, with 5 of those being with DaAi dramas. Though the job of being a voiceover actor may seem easy, but there are certain professionalism needed for the task.
Every summer, a group of students from Tzu Chi University of Science and Technology become student ambassadors and travel to different countries to present children's theater performances. This year, their first stop was Turkey. The student ambassadors at Tzu Chi University of Science and Technology have started their summer exchange program. Their first stop is Turkey. After listening to the briefing of Turkey Tzu Chi volunteers, the TCUST students now have an introductory understanding about Al Manahan School.
We hope these students can learn something from the Syrian children. Behind their smiles, each person has his own story. Their life story might inspire the students.
Besides visiting the school, these big brothers and sisters from Taiwan have also performed a children's play. The play's theme is Peacock saving a tiger. Among the actresses, Yang Wei-ting thinks she can do a better job.
Playing the peacock is challenging for me because my body has to be very flexible. I think I just have to practice diligently for my body to become more flexible.
Looking at the Syrian children, one can tell they're deeply attracted by the play. Even though the actors are speaking Chinese, the children can still understand the story.
Apparently, the children can understand the story through the teacher's translation. Therefore, these children are interacting really well with our students.
Even though they are from Syria, they have also given us much love and care. We can see hope emanating from them.
The TCUSG students are learning to cherish their own blessings and spread love to different corners of the world. Tang Meiyun Taiwanese opera troupe is giving a worldwide performance of Master Zhi Chi, and the first stop is Singapore. Over the course of 2 days, 3 performances have attracted over 2,200 people.
Master Cheng Yen regarded the Lotus Sutra as the foundation of his school. He divided the Buddha's timeline into 5 periods and divided 8 methods for Buddha's methods in preaching. He also founded the 10-type school of Buddhism. 3 performances in 2 days at the Kreta Ayat People's Theatre in Singapore about this master attracted 2,290 people to see the life of this great master. Tang Meiyun Taiwanese opera group turned this 25-episode TV drama into a 120-minute long stage show, so the audiences can see the treasure of Buddhism.
After we saw it, we really should learn from the great master. It's true, we must do our best to promote Buddha's teachings to benefit more people.
The Lotus Sutra is the king of all the sutras. Every word means a Buddha. When I saw how Master Zhi Chi was so determined to pursue the Dharma, it is worth learning for us.
After I saw the performance today, I should reread the book on Master Zhi Chi again. Then if I can combine what I read with Master Cheng Yen's lectures on the Lotus Sutra, I'll be able to understand how to conduct the Lotus Sutra.
I want to thank Master Cheng Yen that our group has this chance to perform Buddhism in Taiwanese opera. The performance of Master Zhi Chi on stage in Singapore is our first stop in our worldwide performances.
After the performance, Tang Meiyun appears to thank the audiences. There are many lovers of Taiwanese opera, so they are able to see their idol and also know a great Buddhist master from the past. It gives these audiences a chance to learn about Buddha's teachings.
Art from the Heart was initiated by an art teacher in 2001. He encourages people who do not have artistic foundations to draw to express their feelings. Recently, an exhibition of Art from the Heart was held in New Taipei City. We'll leave you with these images. Thank you for joining us. Goodbye.